Brothers come to me all the time and they tell me, brother, our women, Allahu Akbar, our sisters, A'udhu Billah, brother, what's this? What's this? Our women have become ruthless. There's no more haya, there's no more, our women are wearing whatever they want and they're carrying on. And you know what? Wallah, I agree. Genuinely, I agree. What I'm seeing outside, this is ridiculous. But then I'm thinking to myself, but okay, so now who do you address? Who do you address? Have women lost their ways? Absolutely. But tell me something, who do you blame? Who do you hold responsible? Because in one token, yes, our women unfortunately have lost their way, but then look at the men. Look at the men, the same brother that's telling me, brother, look, our women are out of control. This is the same brother who takes a photo with his wife while his wife is in hijab with her red lipstick and her eyelashes, tabarakallah. He'll take a picture with her, she's smiling and he's smiling, and then he puts it on his WhatsApp profile. That's his, this is his profile picture. So now every guy that has his phone number, when he's sitting in the toilet, flicking through his phone, he has exclusive access to his wife. And he's smiling. I had a brother, he came to me with his wife. A brother came with his wife, gave me salam, and I'm thinking, oh, this is awkward, bro. This is, again, it's not halal, haram. I'm not speaking about halal and haram. So he comes up to me, he gave me salam. I'm thinking, oh my God, yes, assalamu alaikum. I'm thinking, this is awkward. And then he gets me, brother, this is my wife. I'm thinking, okay, assalamu alaikum. So she puts her hand there and she gets me, assalamu alaikum, brother. So I'm thinking, wallahi, do I headbutt you first, or do I headbutt your husband? Or do I just do a clothesline and just knock out the both of you? What do you mean, assalamu alaikum, brother? And he's standing there. Look, wallahi, it's not because he's bad. Wallah, it's not because he's an evil person. But because there's no men in our society, the very concept of ghira and honor has been lost. It's been lost. Wallah, my brothers, one man, and please stay with me. This is why I'm telling you, anything that we're suffering from the most is the lack of rijal. One man, that's all it took. Umar ibn al-Khattab, one man came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam while he was in Medina. Please understand why this is important, my brothers. One man, one rijal, that's all we need. One rijal, one, that's all. He comes to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and says to him, "O Prophet of Allah, I don't feel that it is right that our men and our women can mix in the streets and see each other. I don't think this is befitting." So the next day, this is a man, not a prophet. The next day Allah brings down Quran, making hijab compulsory into the day of judgment. One rishal, that's all it took. Have our women lost their way? Absolutely, bro, absolutely. But who do you blame? Who do you blame? Who do you blame? This sister that's leaving the house looking the way she looks. Where's her father? Where's her brother? Where's her nephew? Where are they? They're busy fishing, bro. They're busy at cafes. They're busy chasing other women. Today, when we have barbecues, my wife and your wife and his wife and yalla, and we're all together, and wallahi, brothers are sitting having dinner. Him and his wife and me and my wife, and I'm talking to his wife and he's talking to my wife, and he's laughing and we're giggling, and this is considered as what? This is advancement, brother. Yeah, come on, man. What's this sutra and wallah, the girls upstairs and what's it? This is backwards. This is backwards in our hearts. No, it's not that it's backwards. If there was a single rijal, just one rijal, wallahi would never ask, is this sunnah or fard? He would never ask, brother, is this appropriate or not? The Prophet sitting with two of his wives, he's sitting there, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Someone knocks the door. Yalla, where's this sunnah now? So the Prophet goes to check. It was Abdullah ibn Madhum. You know who the man is? Sahabi, he was blind. You know Abasa wa Tawalla, the blind man that came to us. Abdullah, him! He was the mu'addin of Rasulullah. He's knocking on the door. He's blind. The man's blind. So he gets up and he sees Abdullah. And he says to his wives, Abdullah is on the door. Stand up, the both of you, and go behind the sutra, go behind the veil. So they said, O Prophet of Allah, Abdullah's blind, he can't see us. He said, yes, but you're not blind, you can see him. So get up and go behind the veil. Yalla. Tell your father this. Wallah, he'll slap you, he'll slap your sheikh, he'll slap the masjid that you go to. Brother, what's this backwards thinking? Please, please, the Prophet of Allah and this Abdullah, wallahi, with all adab and respect to Abdullah ibn, you know, I really don't imagine Abdullah being anywhere near as handsome as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So really there's no threat. And when you're married to the Prophet of Allah, you're not going to look at anyone in any way. But what? It's honor, bro. It's honor. A real man has haya. A real man has bashfulness. Today our women don't possess haya. I hope the sisters are listening. Today it's all about the platform. The platform. Mashayikh, wallah, a shaykh came to me. Wallah, a shaykh came to me and said to me, brother, how come you don't have sisters in your videos? How come? How come you don't have sisters in your videos? I said to him, Shaykh, Allahu Akbar, are you really asking me this? He said to me, yes brother, yes, we have a problem. What's the problem? You want me to put a sister in the video? He said to me, yes brother. I said to him, Shaykh, would you give me your wife to put her in my video? Come on, give me your wife, Shaykh. Give me your wife so I can sit and talk to her. She talks to me and I laugh and she laughs and we giggle and she giggles. And then once the camera goes off, I have a coffee with her and she has a coffee. And yeah, you know what, don't worry about it, it's all fine. Today's sisters want the platform. Not halal and haram. Eat your heart out. But where's haya? Haya. The Prophet sallallahu, and I'm ending with this. Wallahi, I'm ending with this. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam is sitting down, sitting with his wife Aisha in his house. And the narration says that something of his leg was showing. You know, he's at home, he's with his wife. There's no one there. So he was sitting in a relaxed state. So something of his leg, I'm not sure exactly, something from his leg was showing. So someone knocks the door. So the Prophet says, Aisha, see who it is. So she goes and she sees, she says to my Prophet of Allah, it's my father Abu Bakr. He says to Aisha, tell him to come in. And the Prophet stayed exactly as he was. Sometime later, the Prophet says, Aisha, go see who it is, who's on the door. So she goes, she says to my Prophet of Allah, it's Umar ibn al-Khattab. What a house. Imagine when the people knocking your door are these men. So he says to Aisha, tell him come in. And he stayed as he was. Sometime later, he says to Aisha, who is it? She says to my Prophet of Allah, it's Uthman. So the Prophet stood up. The Prophet stood and fixed his posture, fixed his clothes, and said to Aisha, tell him to come in. So Aisha, the greatest scholar of Islam was Aisha. When they left, she said, oh Prophet of Allah, my father walked in, you stayed. Umar walked in, you stayed. Why when Uthman walked in, you stood up and he fixed your posture? He said to Aisha, should I not be shy of a man whom even the angels are shy of? Haya, bro. Today, if you stay reserved, brother, you're not a man. A real man is loud, he's noisy, We need to restore men. This ummah is suffering from a lack of men, my brothers.